Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Set 50. Wait. You're out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And right away, he lost the football. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. Third down here.
Now, that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
He'll look to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. A good pickup there, 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. There he goes left side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know they're fan, but into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. 52's the mic. I'm on. Say hi.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
11.
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. Something apparently not feeling right to Garoppolo, so he'll... Step back and take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Wait, 80. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Wait. 21.
On second down and 4. Garoppolo to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Here we go.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. The Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm, and right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Mike Spot, go. Mike Spot forward. Watch the run.
2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Good open field tackling there, a 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
I got you.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Garoppolo gives to Breida. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now a give coming right is Breida. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
That's it, baby. We go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Quan Alexander make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and those creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is Breida. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Oh, he fakes the spike. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Check 50, check 50.
Breida to get the third quarter started. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 15. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll try to run with Breida. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
Here we go.
They held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And the Dolphins are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Second and 8 at the 49ers, 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback for the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 75 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Charvarius Moore. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
13 yards there and a Niner first. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
What we got? Show it.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They run forward with Breida. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Breida. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
11.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Higgins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, gun. Get hot.
Now it's Breida. And some room to maneuver. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been a bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. They run it with Breida. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
On the set. 5-4. Mike 5-4. Watch the screen. 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 Check 9. Check 9. Leo. Set hot.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. They've got his man complete. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Breida. Oh, a nice spin. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hey, gun. We own it.
Now a give running left is Breida. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here.
I got you.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Deep ball for Goodwin. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy,